Okay, this video is a little bit more in-depth about the organization and layout of the course. Just to recap, when we looked at the chapters, we saw that there were 6 overall chapters, and then there were sections within each chapter. So chapter 1, or they're calling it unit 1, so unit 1.1 or section 1.1, and then there were 5 sections just in chapter 1 alone. You'll see that the other units or chapters have more than just 5 sections. Like the first chapter only has 5, the second chapter has 7, and so on. So they're not all the same, but that doesn't mean there isn't just as much work within each one. So don't be fooled. So just looking at chapter 1 or unit 1, section 1.1, greetings and farewells, we see there are 5, but just in 1.1 alone, in the previous video, we saw I had to split up the video into part 1 and part 2 because it was so long. It's very in-depth. It's really focusing on communication that you're going to be using in practical settings. However, when we go to the homework tab, so we've looked at the chapters tab, let's click on homework tab. You can see, again, they're split up into each unit or chapter. So let's call it units. I'll try to remember that. So units, I'm so used to calling them chapters. So introduction or unit 1 rather, is broken up into homework 1.1, 1.2, 1.3, 1.4, 1.5. Okay, so each of those homework practices is matching to the chapter subsection of 1.1. So 1.1 again. So we have 1.1, chapter 1.1 matches homework 1.1, and I don't know why they didn't put it. I guess they have chapter 1 there. Okay, so it says introductions. It's unit 1, homework activities, so 1.1. So there's a couple ways you can do this. I like to practice the material, be introduced to the material, and then go and practice it right away. And I just did it to practice to see what you all were going to be doing. Since I haven't taught this before, I wanted to see exactly what questions and what's the layout and the format. So you can see I haven't done homework 1.2 because I haven't looked at 1.2 yet. On my last video, I left off at the beginning of 1.2. So far, I've only looked at 1.1, greetings and farewells. We went through the whole thing. And now I'm going to click on the tab homework and go to what is introduction 1.1. Okay, homework 1.1. Let's go ahead and take a look just for now. So that's the way I would do it. I don't want to go through the whole chapter. Remember, there's 5 sections in chapter 1. I don't want to do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then go and do the homework 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. I want to break it up. I want to look at chapter 1.1, homework 1.1. So I'm going to bounce back and forth. That's the way I work best. However, if you were good at gathering tons and tons of information and then applying it, go ahead and break it up that way. So again, you could do all of chapter subsections 1.1, 1.2, 1.3, and then go and do the homework, or you could break it up and bounce back and forth. 1.1, homework 1.1, chapters 1.2, homework 1.2. So let's go ahead and delve into 1.1 and see what it looks like. And I did this very quickly. I didn't check my answers or anything like that. So some of my answers may be wrong. Okay, so when we open this up, it's going to show you one question at a time. Not my preferred method. However, if there's a way to change it, I haven't found it yet. I like to have all my questions on the page at once and to be able to scroll through them. But let's go ahead and take a look at their format. Which of the following words or expressions are used in Spanish to say how you are feeling? Be really careful. I noticed it says choose all that apply, or it'll say choose, sometimes it'll say like choose the one that was not mentioned, and they don't bold it or underline it. So you really have to read the instructions. It's easy to not look at the instructions and just kind of go straight to the answers there. But on this layout, you are going to need to read all of the instructions. So again, like choose all that apply. The first time I went through on some of these, I pressed 1 and then I went to the next question. I'm like, oops, I was supposed to choose more than 1. So yeah, you do need to be paying attention to this. which of the following words or expressions are used in this way to say how you are feeling? All right, after we have done the chapter, we should know how to say this and the practice, right? We had all that, tons and tons of practice already. So how am I feeling? I'm not well. I'm regular. Okay, the other two wouldn't make sense. Those are greetings and requests. So save your answer. I don't know how many times I had to get up during this to go do something else, and I came back and it wasn't saved. So I don't want that to happen to you. You can bounce around on these. You can skip question. I can go to 3 and skip 2. It's going to use an orange to show what I have done and a gray to show what I have not, what I skipped, and 3 is what I haven't accessed yet. So all the following following words or expressions used in Spanish say thank you, except, now see, if I were writing this program, I would have bolded that or all caps or underlined something. And it says choose one, except. Okay, so all the following expressions say thank you. And I would have had quotes, thank you, except, bold, suave, save answer. Okay, so let's say I go, let's do one more. Patient is going to sleep at 11 p.m. Would choose all that apply 11 p.m. I wouldn't say good evening. I might say good evening. I might say until tomorrow, save answer. Okay, I am finished, submit for a grade. If I have saved my answers here, I can come back to this later and go in and fill the rest of those in that I haven't done yet. I am finished and submit for grade, which obviously I wouldn't do because I haven't finished it. There were 20 questions, so it would take you a while to do it. I do like this page. It's very easy to see which ones I got wrong and which ones I got correct. It is marking all those wrong that I didn't even submit. Obviously, it shows that I didn't answer. I used their answer. Let's see. Did I get any? I got number 2 wrong. Okay. Apparently, let's see. What was it? Used in Spanish to say you are welcome. Oh, I think I skipped de nada. So on these, you do have multiple attempts to do them. So what's the bottom look like? Nothing. So we can go return to site. Oh, it says I have 3 out of 20 attempts. And begin your retake. So I can go back. I do have to do them all over again. So you'll get lots of practice. How am I feeling? Regular, no muy bien, save answer. Okay, so let's say I do 2. 3 was the one I got wrong. Let's see, what did I do? Which of the expressions are used to say thank you, except? Oh, I think they changed the answer. They changed the order of the questions, possibly. One of these I got wrong. Was it 2? Choose all that apply. To say you are welcome. De nada. No hay de qué, no hay problema. Okay. So let's say I do all the questions again. Let's see if I got it right that time. I do think that those were in a different orders, unless I just don't remember it was 2 and not 3. So I got that one right that time, and so on. So again, you can see what you got right and what you got wrong. It says you're on this attempt 2 out of 20. Okay. Graded score 13 out of 20, 65% completion time. This is my 4th attempt on this. Clearly I haven't been making honest attempts at it, but I do like that it shows you how many attempts you have left right there. 20 attempts. So certainly if you're taking 20 attempts to do something, that's because you're not spending enough time on the chapters. So if you've done that 2 or 3 times and you're not getting above a 90%, then you either need to go back and revisit the chapter, or you need to look at the supplemental materials that I've posted in our course in D2L. Or the other option is to contact me during office hours. And on that note, if office hours don't work, I'm always happy to make a scheduled appointment outside of office hours. Okay, this video got long real fast again. So let's stop there and we'll continue on another video to dive into the grammar review.